What's up guys, welcome back to a brand new video. In today's video we're going to be talking about the Ace family and Jake Paul situation as suggested right here. But other than that, I hope you guys are having a fantastic day and drop a like on today's video so more people can see it. So Jake Paul, a creator I've been talking about here on this channel for 3 to 4 years now, so not exactly a new face for the channel, but recently he found himself into a brand new controversy with the Ace family. Essentially, this all started with Austin from the Ace family who called out Jake Paul and a couple other YouTube creators saying he has $5 million for whoever steps in a boxing ring with him. And he did so in this Instagram post that reads, "There's a whole lot of boxing talk going on lately. I've been an athlete my entire life, so it'd be disappointing for me to not get involved. Jake Paul been running for me for years. I got $5 million for whoever steps into the ring with me. Tag who you think would want this smoke."
This dude is using Internet Explorer with his brain. You know what I mean? Like, he's like, there's been a lot of boxing talk. Bro, you're like a year or two late.
Definitely. I mean, like, you have this recent fight with Jake Paul and some NBA guy, but I don't feel like anyone's really been talking about that the same way they were talking about the whole KSI versus Logan Paul fight. Like, even the whole Jake Paul and Anderson Gibb fight, people were talking about it, but it was nothing in comparison to the whole KSI versus Logan Paul and Jake Paul versus Deji. But Austin and the Ace family, they're massive creators, and this is honestly just good for the whole YouTube scene. Because if massive YouTube creators come together and make a large event, obviously there's gonna be way more people not only watching them, but also YouTube as a whole platform. So at the end of the day, I am all for this action. But Jake Paul obviously responds in the most Jake Paul way possible by saying, "I'd be worried about your wife in my DMs." Ooh, got him. And then he follows up with, "Ooh, should I post receipts?" I mean, he's an asshole. It's not breaking news that Jake Paul's an asshole, but he sure does know how to sell a fight, because now Austin's fans wants to see Austin kick his ass. And now Jake Paul fans, they want to see Jake go undefeated, I guess. So there we go. Fantastic fight promotion. So if this does happen, this might be a larger fight than the original KSI versus Logan Paul fight. Battery low, press enter. But after all that, Jake Paul goes on to tweet something that is just incredibly stupid, like so dumb that I can't tell if it's bait or if it's just Jake Paul being dumb. Probably the latter.
Or both.
Or both, quite literally. But he said, "I create the first content house, then there's 500 content houses. I start boxing, now every influencer is a boxer. What's next? Y'all gonna get raided by the FBI on purpose?" Okay. But then a Twitter user by the name of Crow ratioed him by saying, "First content house, Sidemen optic phase. Started YouTube boxing, Joe Weller KSI. Rated by the FBI, Lion Maker."
What Jake should have said is that he popularized these things. I feel like he maybe had...
He helped popularize some of them, but I mean, content houses were already a massive thing. I mean, I think there was even content houses before the whole phase optic, and what else did he say? Sidemen? I mean, like, you had Athene Wins, had something going on back in the World of Warcraft days. That turned into a cult, so I'm not really 100% sure on the update from that situation. Maybe that's a future video. And then you also had, like, Swifty in the early days of World of Warcraft. He also had, like, a content house where, what's his name? Hotted came out there. And Bashira, I think his name was. I'm not 100% sure. And then you also had Gold Glove, who had Gamer Shore House with T. Martin, and I think Jericho was there as well. And Muzza Fuzza, X-Jaws, I think was there as well, if I'm not mistaken. I'm not 100% sure. And they also had Genbop. He was definitely raided by the FBI way before Jake Paul, and he's probably still in prison to this day.
He's like, "I started the trend."
Not a good trend to start. But after that tweet, Austin and Jake Paul continued the beef on Instagram stories with this.
"Little boys think just because I got a family, I'm joking about this boxing. All I can say is ducks. And y'all really think y'all vets in the game because you've been boxing for what? A year, maybe 2? Whatever y'all learned in 2 years, I'm gonna learn in a..."
So basically, I couldn't make it to the NBA as an athlete, so I became a YouTuber. Now since all these YouTubers are boxing, I want to be a part of it. Catherine, why didn't you tell me my hair looks like... Man, I haven't been working out. I don't even got a collarbone. Look, where's my collarbone? I'm fat.
I mean, it's basically just petty jabs thrown at each other to hype up a fight. But hey, what do you guys think? Do you guys think there's any merit to the whole Jake Paul Catherine McBroom situation or Catherine from the Ace Family situation? Personally, I don't really think so. I don't see why Catherine would throw out her entire marriage and, you know, that she has kids with and her entire brand to just downgrade to Jake Paul. It just does not make sense whatsoever. But also, I'm kind of torn because both sides are insanely controversial. I wouldn't be super shocked if some dumb came out of left field. But in all honesty, I think they're just trying to hype up a fight, which I would be lying if I said I wouldn't go see it, because I mean, like, I went to the original KSI versus Logan Paul fight in Manchester. That was a fun event. That was great, mainly just to meet all the creators that go there, but still, I mean, it's a solid show. And the Manchester fight was actually the one where Jake Paul and Deji fought as the undercard, which was also a solid fight. And then I also went to the Logan Paul KSI fight in LA because honestly, they're entertaining events. I'm a sucker for massive YouTube conventions. I mean, like, I just love meeting a bunch of new creators and people that I used to see over the internet, suddenly just there in the same room with you. It's great. It's good times.
Also, Justin Bieber was there. That was kind of crazy.
So, I mean, if any other big show or event is thrown, I'm all for that, except right now we're kind of in the middle of the pandemic, so hopefully, maybe they hype it all up for a whole year, and maybe the pandemic's gone by the time they do it, so we can all celebrate by seeing two assholes beat the shit out of each other in a ring. I mean, it's like the two guys that most people on YouTube are like not a big fan of, so it's kind of like a win-win to see. I mean, who would not want to see that? And also, at the end of the day, I just love seeing big creators coming together, throwing a massive event, and making the event so big that mainstream media sees it, massive sponsors sees it, it just catches a bunch of new people and brings them on into YouTube. And that's good for the platform overall, because I mean, I've been uploading YouTube videos somewhat consistently for the last 9 years, and this platform has grown so much in the last 9 years. So it's safe to say that I'm excited to see where this platform is a decade from now. It'll probably be the new television. That's what I'm hoping. I mean, it already kind of is, but that's what I'm hoping. But that absolutely does not change the fact that both Austin and Jake are assholes. But hey, if you enjoyed the video, please drop a like on it. If you're new here, I welcome you to my channel. It'd be awesome if you subscribed. Oh, and I made a TikTok as well, so if you want to check that out, it's Atozy was taken, because one of you guys took the Atozy one. Thank you for that. Maybe I'll get the Atozy out one day. But on that note, I'll see you guys in the next video. Peace.
Baby, I'm crazy. You know I get so jaded. My mama told me I made it, but I'm still not up on no playlist, and I still hit up on my haters. Everybody else is so faithless, saying if you hate it, don't play it. But maybe I'm the one that needs changing, but I don't really want change, no. Think I get to where I wanna go. People come around thinking that I can't, wonder if they even like who I am. If I'm just a project to fix for them, I can't help but catch myself wondering. See, crazy loves crazy, that's what we do. We're like strangers in this dangerous world, but where to? Now this door's open, I'm wondering if I should walk through. But is it worth it? Is it worth it if I'm losing you? Say, is it worth it? Is it worth it?